Well, hey, guess what? Charleston has a new addition to its airline lineup. Avelo will start flying out of CHS this week. And here with details on its nonstop flights is Courtney Goff, communications manager at Avelo. Thank you so much for being here.
No, thank you for having me.
You know, we were just having this conversation with Elliot Summy, CEO of CHS, and we're seeing by leaps and bounds things are growing here. And having an additional airline going to particular destinations nonstop is really important, and you're doing just that. So tell us more about the new announcement.
Yes, exactly. We're starting flying this week into Charleston. We're flying from southern Connecticut to the Tweed, New Haven area. And then at the end of June, we'll also start flying to Orlando nonstop on, like we were talking about, the big jetliner 737 plane. So it's going to be really unique flights. You know, we don't kid ourselves. Everyone cares about prices. You know, we know that you want to spend less on your flights so you can spend more on your destinations, and I know that Elliot and people of Charleston enjoy that too. So our main goal is to keep the prices low so that we can get you to where you want to go.
Well, one of those nonstop destinations is quite obvious because, well, we know it's in Orlando. But why Connecticut? Why New Haven, Connecticut?
Yes, New Haven, Connecticut we see is a big draw, not only for people from Connecticut that are coming down to Charleston, but vice versa. We see that people have second homes that are up in New Haven where they might commute down here for when it gets a little bit cold up north. But it's also a nice airway where you can connect and go down to New York. So you can avoid your JFKs, your LaGuardias, your Newarks, which to travelers that might not be as frequent of travelers, might not have pre-check. It's going to be an easy convenience to kind of get your gateway to both the New England and the New York area without having to deal with the hustle and bustle of those giant New York airports.
That's a really good point, because when you're dealing with the tri-state area, Connecticut, New Jersey, New York, you are kind of right in the middle there, and then you can branch out off from there.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that makes it quite convenient. Now, for people who are not familiar with Avelo, so what is sort of the airline's philosophy? Where else are you located?
Right, so our philosophy is to inspire travel, and that's why we keep fares low and we go to those secondary airports, because that saves us money with having less airport fees, less everything, so that we can keep our prices low for our customers. But we also have bases down in Orlando, which hence the Orlando route, and then we have another base up in New Haven with the Tweed connection. And so those are where our airplanes and where our official crew members work and live. So that enables us to travel to different routes all over the East Coast. And then we also have a base in Burbank, Hollywood, and that handles all of our East Coast routes. So it's kind of unique how we're working. We have a separate East Coast and a separate West Coast network. But sooner or later we'll venture them together in the middle of America. But right now it makes it easy and makes it really convenient and keeps our costs down to have those two separate ones to connect people to where they want to travel.
All right, so how low are we talking? So let's say I want to buy a ticket and head down to Orlando. What's that going to cost me?
Right now you're looking at about $39 one way, which is awesome. And so we do have the a la carte where if you want bags.
It costs more to fill up my gas tank than to fly all the way down to Orlando?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And something fun about Avelo too is we have promo codes everywhere. If you go on our Instagram at Avelo Air, to Twitter, to Facebook, you'll find little 10% off codes, sometimes $20 off codes, because we know that pricing is hard, not only like you said for gas tank, for groceries, everything is higher right now. So if we can add just a little bit of fun to keep you wanting to travel and try to take a break from your normal life, that's what we're here to do.
I feel like just getting on a plane and flying down there and coming back home again just to experience how inexpensive it is to fly all the way down to Florida.
Oh yes, you could go down to Florida and then hang out for a couple of hours and come right back to Charleston, and you've maybe spent like $80, which for a night out, it might offset it if you like to fly.
Totally, absolutely. That sounds like a blast. Well, Courtney, thank you for the clever ideas.
Yes.
And thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We're back after this.